Welcome back to Caribou Country Lifestyle. My name is Cheryl. Today I'm going to be starting quite a bit of seeds. I'm just going to bring you along and show you what I'm starting and how I'm going about starting those seeds. So we're going to be starting over on this side, and I am starting my eggplant. I like to start my eggplant fairly early. This eggplant takes 75 days to maturity, and with eggplant I don't have to do any special conditions. This whole tray has no special conditions except for these two on the end, and it's not really a big special condition for them. With the eggplant, I'm going to be putting 2 seeds in each hole, and these are planted 1/4 of an inch deep. Eggplants are a heat-loving plant. They're a part of the nightshades, which is eggplant, peppers, tomatoes, potatoes. This year I'm hoping with my eggplant that I can actually make some baba ganoush dip, one of my favorite dips. Next I'm going to be planting celeriac. I have been wanting to plant celeriac for the last couple of years. Last year I tried ordering it and it wasn't available, so I ended up finding it when I went to Saskatchewan, and I got it at Early's. So I was super happy about that. With the celeriac, I'm just putting 3 seeds in each spot, and we will see what happens. And the celeriac takes 14 to 21 days to sprout. And the celeriac, I plant that at 1/8 of an inch deep, and I will just cover up those seeds. Lemon basil. I have quite a few varieties of basil that I'm going to be starting. I love basil, and I love the fact that it does have there's so many different varieties of basil that you can plant. A lot of times I end up buying basil plants, but this time I'm gonna try them all and see what happens. I think I'm most successful with the holy basil, the Tulsi. I seem to do the best with that one. I don't know what it is about the other ones, so here's hoping that these other ones will do better. Okay, and the lemon basil takes 6 to 8 days to sprout, so that's not very long at all. Next is the kitchen basil, and this is a blend of, what was it? Genovese basil, the red Reuben basil, and the cinnamon basil. 3 different basils. I thought it was 4, but it's 3. And the problem with this is you can't differentiate which seed is which. So I'm going to cover up this lemon basil before I end up making a mistake and planting the kitchen basil in the lemon basil spot. So again, I'm just going to put 2 seeds in each spot, and I guess I won't know what I get until it grows, and then we'll have to figure out, see if we can tell which is which. Well, the cinnamon basil would obviously be easy enough to tell. It would have a cinnamon flavor to it. And the reason I grow so many types of basils is because I love making, not just cooking with it, but I love making basil tea with it, where I let it steep and then I drink it actually as not so much a hot drink I drink it as a cold drink. I steep the basil leaves, and then I let it cool a little bit and add a little bit of honey to it, to the tea, and then I put it in the fridge and keep it in the fridge, and I pour a glass of basil tea over ice. It is so good. I only got one more seed, so I'm gonna put that one in there too. And that's it for my Tulsi basil seeds. So we'll cover 14 to 18 days to sprout. I've grown a whole heck of a lot of oregano, which is weird because I use oregano lots in cooking in so many dishes. I use it in spaghetti sauce. I use it when I'm roasting. Holy, these seeds are fine. I use it when I'm roasting vegetables. I don't know how I'm going to be able to see. So I'm just pushing them onto my finger and then rolling the seeds off onto the dirt. This is not as easy as it seems. They are so small. Maybe I'll just pinch some and put them into each hole. That is, 1/16 of an inch deep. I did not measure that one out. I will just barely cover them. I won't push the whole mound back over into the hole. And those take 10 to 20 days to germinate. Now we will do just regular sweet basil. I use it in different meat dishes. Again, roasted vegetables. I like to put basil in. I like to chop it up and put it in salads. When you take your basil leaves and layer them on top of one another, and then you roll the leaves up and you slice them. Lime basil. Make sure, yep, that's the right one. 2 seeds in each hole. Lime basil takes 14 to 18 days to sprout. Cover those up. We are going to start some parsley. This first one is a curled leaf parsley. Remember how they used to put parsley on your side as a side, and the reason why they did that in the restaurants was if you ate it, especially if you had something really garlicky, that parsley would cut through the bad breath and it would make it so that you didn't have bad breath. They don't do that anymore. I can't even remember the last time I've seen parsley on the side of your plate in a restaurant. It's too bad. It's quite a cheap herb to grow, and it actually grows fairly well. I've never had a problem growing the curled parsley. It takes 10 to 28 days to sprout, and it's 1/4 of an inch deep that you plant the seed. And the last of my herbs is the plain leaf parsley. A lot of cooks like the plain leaf parsley because it has a stronger taste. So if you're cooking with it, it has a stronger taste to it. We will put a couple of seeds in each. And the plain leaf parsley takes anywhere from 25 to 30 days to sprout. So this last one is Bacopa, and this is a Snowtopia Bacopa. It's good for a trailing to put in a basket as a trailer on the side. With Bacopa, you do not cover the seeds. They do have a pelleted coating on them, and all you do is just drop the seed on the top of the surface, and then what you do is you're just spraying it with a fine mist, and what will happen is that it's a pelleted seed and which has a clay coating, and once that water dissolves, the clay coating will germinate once that clay dissolves. Plus, having the pelleted coating on it makes the seeds a lot easier to handle. Now, these Bacopa seeds, I only ended up with 5 seeds in each. Growing Bacopa before, I've always ever just bought it. So here's hoping that it turns out for us. A new tray here, and I'm going to be starting my peppers. I only have 1 seed here, but I am starting 2 pepper seeds in each of these cells, and then I can split them up into their individual pots once they get established. So I'm just poking a little divot into each of these 4 varieties of peppers, but the California Wonder, I only have 1 seed, so it's kind of just getting plunked into one of the pots. That's my 4th variety, so technically I'm actually only doing 3 varieties. I only have 1 California pepper seed left, and I'm just going to... California pepper seeds, they're okay. Like, I don't find that I'm very successful with peppers in the first place. So I am hoping, I really would like a greenhouse is what it really comes down to. Okay, these other peppers over here, I'm trying a new pepper, and it's called the King of the North. Now the King of the North, the reason I picked that is the King of the North, it matures in 57 to 70 days, and that's a fairly short season variety. So my reasoning for doing that is because it does have a shorter season, and I'm really hoping that I'll be able to get some half decent peppers from the King of the North. So I'm gonna put 2 seeds in each cell, but I'm spacing them out so that they have about an inch space in between them. And then once they take, I will separate the plants. So even though it doesn't look like I'm starting too many, I'm actually getting, in the end, I'll get quite a few out of it. So that's my new variety this year, the King of the North. I think I found these in, not Early's, but there's another feed store that I go to and I can't think of what it is. Now my next variety is a sweet banana pepper. And these mature in 69 to 80 days. So again, I would like a half decent crop of sweet peppers, and I use a lot of peppers in my cooking. I put them in salads. I love eating them fresh. It's just, peppers are so absolutely wonderful. So, and I'm gonna do the exact same thing that I did with the King of the North, putting 2 seeds. Oh, that one didn't go in the hole. In each spot, jalapeno pepper. And I'm going to be starting quite a few of those. I think I have another pack if I don't have enough. In this one I bought a new pack just in case. Should be close. And then we'll take a look at some of my seeds that I planted last weekend and see how they are doing. I ended up removing my microgreens off my shelf. I just, with starting so many seeds now, and this isn't even the large amount of seeds, because when I start my 8-week seeds, that is when things get really crazy and the amount of space. Oh, I'm just gonna have just enough. Fancy that. That worked out well. Okay, I'm looking here. I don't know if you can see, but I have little tiny sprouts right in here, and these are snapdragons. So they didn't take very long to sprout. I did have a dome on these, and it seemed like within no time they were sprouting. So I've taken the dome off, and I definitely will wait until they're a couple of inches tall, an inch to 2 inches tall, before I up pot them. Now down below here, these ones here, those are my lupins. So far I've only got 2 that have sprouted. I did plant 6. And then in here are this is the Dusty Miller, and I have 1 that has sprouted so far. Out of that, Lobelia hasn't done anything. These are my pansies, and these were the ones that I had in total darkness. Now they have sprouted, and now I've taken the cover off of them, and now I just let them continue to grow, and once they get bigger, I will separate them and up pot them also. And looking down here, these are the shallots, these are the dahlias. Here is my celery, and it's all starting to sprout. I could take some of those extra plants and put them, I have 2, oh, that one that has sprouts in it. So I have 1, 2 here that hasn't sprouted yet, and I could move those into those empty spots. Here, this is my thyme. So far, I still only have 2 plants of that. I have 2 foxgloves that have come up, and I have 3 rosemaries that have come up. I still don't have any lemon balm coming up. This is my Nurembergia, and it's very small. I have a little sprout there. I have another little sprout back there, and I have another one coming up way at the back. Here we have my geraniums. They're doing quite well now, getting a little bit bigger each day. And then these little shoots here that are coming up, that's my asparagus that's coming in, and it's coming along pretty nice too. Now up here, these are my onions in the back. That is my artichokes. They're definitely getting bigger. And then these are all my onions coming in, the Walla Walla, the Elsa Craig. These are Walla Wallas as well. These, what are these, the Red Zeppelin? Yeah, they're not doing so great. I have 1 little sprout right here. Just gonna move this little clump of dirt. So I have 1 little sprout right there, and that's been it. My sister was saying something about old seeds, but I didn't think they were that old. These are the Frontier. They're coming in, and then these are the Frontier as well. If I lift this up, I have a few petunias that have been sprouting. They are on a heat mat, and I have the dome on them. So I'm thinking I might be taking this dome off pretty quick here. And then up at the top, the peppers that I just planted, I put them on a heat mat underneath. I don't have a cover. I only have half of the tray planted in peppers. I didn't plant anything in these ones up there. And then these are the other ones that I just planted. A lot of it is herbs and the Bacopa. And then I also have the Celeriac and the, oh, what was this one? The eggplant. Couldn't think of that. These are the jalapeno peppers. They are, look, I turned the light off because it's so blinding, but they are really coming along. Like, you look at the growth. And these are the ones that I overwintered, and they've been just having all kinds of foliage growing on these. I'm super excited. This one's a little bit late. So I'm pretty excited about those peppers, the jalapeno peppers. Yeah, I'm glad that they turned out, because when I tried this the year before last, and I tried doing that to some other peppers, they weren't jalapenos, I forget what kind they were, a sweet pepper, and it didn't turn out at all. So I'm really excited about those jalapeno peppers. That's all I'm going to be doing for today. I am going to be planting more flowers. I'm going to try and get those done during the week. I really only have time on the weekends to be able to get a lot of these seeds started. It actually has been snowing today, a majority of the day. A lot of our snow had melted, and this morning we woke up and there was snow. And plus we had the time change now, so we had to move our clocks forward an hour. And so that was no fun, losing an hour of sleep, but that's okay. Anyways, I just want to thank you for joining me, and we'll see you again soon. Bye for now.